it's Jenny from Stampin' Jenny. Today I'm going to show you 5 ways to use the lovely Rainbow of Happiness stamp set and dies with the beautiful paper. So I can't wait to share them with you. I've had lots of fun creating with them. So just a reminder that all the products you see me using today are available in my store if you're in Australia. If you have a long wish list, it's always so much better value to join the Stampin' Up family, and I always welcome lots of new people to my Gen Zinc team. I can't wait to welcome you. So today I'm going to share with you one project, and then I'm going to show you 4 other cards that I've made with them. But let's get creating with these lovely new products. So I'm going to flip the camera around and let's get started. So here we have the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. I particularly wanted to show you this card because you can see there's a number of rainbow shapes in the stamp set. I wanted to show you some tips of how you can line those up to get them all formed fairly neatly stacked inside each other, and stamping this sentiment on top of it. So let's get started. Right, so these are the rainbow dies. You've got the large rainbow shape, which I'll show you some cards later that I've made using those. You've got the small rainbows and some lovely border edges that you can use. And this is great for sentiments or to add an extra embellishment on that. And we've got a few cloud shapes, so you'll see lots of those, how to use them. So let's get started showing the card. I'm using the Magenta Madness colour. This is in colour that will be leaving very soon. I haven't used it for a while, so it's great with this paper to pull it out and start using it again. I love the bright, happy colours that's in this suite of papers. So you've got, this is the Rainbow of Happiness Designer Series paper. This is available as one of the free choices for Sale-A-Bration. There's got some great prints in these, bright, happy colours. You can just add these straight on a card. The reverse side has some plainer prints, and you've got the patterns on this side. How fun is it? So I've really enjoyed playing with this the last few days. So I'm using the bold stripe ones. I've cut that down to onto our card, which I'll just need to trim up as well. We've got some white card. I've already die cut this to size just to save a bit of time today. This one is die cut with the Stitch So Sweetly dies, one of the scallop rectangles in that. And I've used this die from the Basic Borders dies. I love how it works so well with this stamp set. It's a cloud shape. You've got the dotted edges. There's some great other dies in this pack too, but this particular one works really well. And if you also see the cloud punch in the catalogue, you'll find that this works really great. You've got the smaller dies, but it's great having the larger cloud punch to add to your projects as well. So I've already die cut this with the cloud shape edge. So it's a very simple matter now of stamping this, and this is what I particularly wanted to show you. So you can just have some ideas, some tips of putting it together. We'll bring our stamps in. Now before you add them to the block, pull them off. Let's just pull this top off. It makes it so much easier to use. Sorry for the crinkly noise. Position the larger one first on your card to place it upside down as if you were going to stamp it. And the great thing with photopolymer is that you can move it to your shape you want. So just stick that on the card wherever you'd like it, and it will actually stick to the card. I'm just going to move that along a little bit more to center it. Then place your block over it. We're going to use the larger block. Now it's a good idea to have these stamps cleaned too before you actually push it down on your card, or you're going to have bits of ink everywhere. So we'll get our Magenta Magnus ink pad. I'm just going to give it a few taps, doing it that way instead of putting the stamp onto the ink pad. Give that a good press. There we go. Now I'm going to then get our next stamp, which is the next size one here. Once again, you're going to position that how you like it. Just shape that around. Hope you can see that okay. We'll get our block and pick that up with the stamp up with the block. This one is going to be in Pool Party. Give that little ink. It does get a little bubbly on the stamp, but just press firmly, it'll be all right. So you can then position that into your Melon Mambo rainbow arch. Now you can use the Stamparatus with this. It's a great way of lining up the stamps as well. Now we'll just get the words. We can just line that same way over your arch and just push that down, position that over the rainbow as you like it. Then pick that up with the block. This time I'm going to use Bermuda Bay for this colour. So you can stamp that over the Pool Party arch. And we have another one, which I'm going to do this one in Mango Melody. Pick that up with your stamp, with your block rather. And one more. If you're not happy with it, you can just give it another little tap, and that's the benefit, I guess, with using the Stamparatus, but I find just you can line it up. Give it another little press down. All right, so now we have our last little arch, which is going to be in Bermuda Bay. So just the same, position that, pick that up, and we'll grab that Bermuda Bay again. Stamp that in there. And you have a nicely positioned stamped rainbow. All being well. So now that's stamped, let's put it together. I've got a few tips putting it together. Grab our card. And you can firstly adhere your piece of paper down. We're going to run some Tombow around there. And we're going to add our little cloud border. Before you do that, you'll want to put some twine around it. So let's just show you a tip. Instead of actually tying around and tying the bow, sometimes it can be a little bit messy, turns out. So what you can do is just cut a length of the twine and on the back we're just going to add just a little bit of snail there. I do this often with ribbon too. It's a bit of a dummy bow, but it does save the aggravation of trying to tie a bow when you're wrapping it around. If you want to, you can add a little bit of snail under here just to hold that into place. Now adhere that straight down. Position that down the bottom. If you want to make it smaller, you can have that little bit of edge of paper showing through, but I've just made it the width. So this is a standard size card, so 21 centimeters by 14.8, scoring it at 10.5. In Imperial, that is 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4.25. So, and then these are, I've done 4 millimeters smaller or 1/8 of an inch if you wanted to get the exact measurements. Now we can just add our clouds, rather, add our rainbow. Then we add our clouds. So I've just cut 3. Just add those with a bit of, with some dimensionals rather. Pop those down on the card. Let's put that cloud the right way and down a little bit so it doesn't block your word. Then you can just add your bow, and that's just a matter of tying it. When I tie a bow, I tend to do bunny ears, so you do them 2 little loops, have a bit of distance there, cross them over. That top one is going to go behind and through that bottom hole that you create. Grab that loop, pull it through. Then you can adjust it. It's better to make it bigger than you want, and then you can always adjust it and trim that down. It's much easier. Give that a little loop, a little twist around if it wants to. And this will be stuck down with a glue dot. How much easier is that to do your bow? And pop that just on the cross there. You'd think it was wrapped around and tied just the way it is. So there you have your card. You can add some bling. I'm going to show you some other cards that I've been creating with this. So let's have a look. While I get them out, Just remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you'll catch all my other projects. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, give it a like and share it with your friends so that they'll be able to see more projects with this if they love rainbows themselves. So let's have a look at our other projects. Move that out of the way. Firstly, I have used the new glimmer paper. I hope you can see the sparkle in this. And I've die cut the rainbow out of your white and then die cut it several times in the glimmer, in the mango melody, in the white glimmer and the misty moonlight. And then I did these inside it, alternating the patterns. So I've got some more left over for another project. On the glimmer ones, I raised them up. You might be able to see those. Added some clouds. The thank you fits just inside the cloud, which is great. And that's one of the borders on it. Just a little extra stamping on that. This one I used the larger rainbow, die cutting several out. Just done a bit of stamping and some glimmer border. When I was die cutting those ones in lots of different colours, I had the outline of it and I didn't want to waste them. So on this one I have used it. I've die cut it with the stitched rectangles, added some dotty paper underneath that. Now you could easily make this into a shaker card. How fun would that be? Just add some acetate behind your, say, your card there, raise that up off your paper and add some sequins or some other little die cuts or bits inside it to make a shaker. That would be really fun. I couldn't do that with this card. I haven't got any sequins yet. I'll have to be sure to order those. For the sentiment, I embossed that in white on the black and just trimmed around it. That one's from the set Friendly Hello. So I love the bright fun colours. I love sending out hello cards to people. So that will have to go out to someone soon. Now, what else we have? So we have 4 cards already. Our 5th card, I was so excited about this card. When I was making the first card I showed you, I had this idea to make a flat fold. So let's check it out. It opens up that way and opens up that way. Took me a long time. So what I've done is your base card, I've just cut a little section off here, off the front of it. I've put 2 die cut clouds. You do need those basic borders because how fun is that die cut edge to coordinate with this stamp set. The sentiment is inside the arched little strip, which is fun. And for this piece, I've just made that a little bit, I hope you can see that okay. I've been going off the edge a bit. I have just made it a little bit wider, scored the edge, so that actually is tucked underneath this card. And just kept a little bit stamping simple on inside. So firstly, you don't want to see too much from the front, but you've got room to write in the middle section. And we've got a little bit of an edge on there. When you die cut it, sometimes it gets a little bit of a rough surface on the back. So I've actually die cut 2, stuck them together. So it's a little bit cleaner inside there. So that's a really fun addition. I hope you like the 5 cards I have made. I've been making lots more and I'll add those to my blog soon. But I hope you like them. And I hope you like these 5 cards with the rainbows of happiness. Tell me which one is your favourite. I'd love to hear. Drop it in the comments. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.